Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to podcast number
19?
19.
Yeah. I think it's 19.
Yeah, 19.
Mhm.
Welcome to this beautiful fall day we're having
Yes.
here.
It's a beautiful day. It was wonderful. We had sunshine here,
And
and we love the sunshine
it was 59 degrees
in November.
in November.
That's amazing.
Yes.
If you're from the
Yes.
Midwest up here, like North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota, Montana, you know what we're talking about. 59 degrees in the middle of November never happens.
We'll take it as
100%.
many days as we can get.
Yes.
Right?
100%.
Yeah. So we're celebrating today.
Yes. It's a perfect day for what we're going to talk about today, too.
Yeah.
I'm
A little bit
excited.
about health.
Yes, about reclaiming your natural state of health and well-being.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah.
you know, we love. If you've been watching any of our podcasts,
Right.
you know that we love this topic, and it's a topic that's near and dear to our hearts.
Yeah.
And so we're going to take you through a process today that's going to help you in your journey of reclaiming your state of natural health. And so that's going to be a lot of fun for us. And talk about things like we always do, and do a little freedom release method, which if you haven't joined us before, that's what we do in Best Life.
Yeah. And there is a video, one of the podcasts that really explains. We'll go through it a little bit before we do it today, but we won't go into full detail. So if you need that, watch the other video about it.
Yeah.
I think we did one on just freedom release.
We did one just on the freedom release method, which we use in the Best Life Creation Society.
Yeah.
We create our best lives every day.
Yes, we do. So this process is out of one of our favorite books, Ask and It's Given.
Ask and It's Given by Esther and Jerry Hicks.
Yeah, and there's a lot of statements in this process that that are really good to use the freedom release method on. And do you want to talk about your experience with this process?
Yes, I would. So I recently injured one of my feet, and I don't know how. I think I just stepped wrong. Pretty sure I pulled a ligament or something like that in it.
Things.
Yeah, just one of those things where all of a sudden you're like, wow, that really hurts, and I'm not really sure why. Having a good time with that. But so I was talking with the owner of Best Life and the director of
Education.
Director of Education of Best Life. And we were having a chat, and I was telling them about it. And she mentioned this process that we're going to do today. It's process number 21 in Ask and It Is Given, reclaiming one's natural state of health. And she's like, I think that would be a really good one for you to use for this pain. So what they did is they actually took me through this process over the phone. And by the time it was done, my foot felt better. I felt lighter, and it just made everything easier. And it was really good because my foot was hurting so much that I literally wanted to cry all day long. I didn't cry because I'm not a big crier, but I felt like I wanted to the whole time because it hurts so bad. Like, you have to use your foot. Like, I have to walk.
Right. And when you're at work and stuff, it's hard
at work. I'm back and forth and helping this person, helping that person, doing this, doing that. I do have the opportunity to sit, which is good, because if I didn't, it would have been really bad because it was hurting so bad. And so I took this process, and it helped a lot. The pain wasn't totally gone, but it was much better. I could walk on my foot. After that, I was having a lot of trouble just trying to walk.
Wow.
Like when I get out of bed, I wasn't able to even walk on my foot. I'd have to sit there and stretch it out for a couple minutes before I could even stand on it. And things like that. And so after this process, the next day when I woke up, I could get up and I could stand on my foot.
Awesome.
So not only did it feel better in the moment, but it was a lot better the next day. And so I thought it would be really useful for any of you that are either in pain or having health problems or things like that. Maybe we take you through this process too, and it could help you as well.
Yeah, so follow along and do what Chris is going to kind of lead it.
And I'm going to lead it specifically for pain. So if you're having pain anywhere in your body, which most of us have some aches and pains here and there, but you could also use it for, like, if you're sick or you're not feeling well or things like that. So you can adapt it to what is right for you in this moment as well.
What's going on in your own body right now.
So I think I'm going to read the beginning and then we'll do the process together.
Awesome.
And we're actually going to do this a little bit differently than the process in the book, because we're going to use our freedom release method with the statements that are in here, and because it's just so effective.
Yeah.
To do it that way.
Best life assizing it.
Best life assizing.
We love to make up words.
We don't we don't always do things the exact way, just like recipes.
Right.
I can't make a recipe without tweaking it. It's just kind of the same. I can't do a process without tweaking it with, well, this feels right for me.
Yeah.
And so that's what's good about this, is you can do them in the way that feels right for you and that works best for you. And so that's what we're doing today.
Yeah. And because we know a lot of different techniques, we can figure out what works fastest and easiest, in any kind of process that you go through. So it's really nice that you can tweak things to suit yourself and to suit the way of doing things that you know how to do. So yeah, there's always, you can zhuzh everything up a little bit, right?
Yes, you can.
Love to zhuzh.
Love to zhuzh a little bit. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'll kind of start by reading some of it, and then we'll start doing the statements. I'll tell you what to do. So if you've never done the freedom release method with us before, we'll tell you what to do.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid. So I'm just going to read this beginning part, and then we'll walk you through what we're going to do next. Awesome. All right. So reclaiming, it's process number 21. Like I said, it's on page 283. It starts on, and it's reclaiming one's natural state of health. So when to use this process is when you do not feel well, or when you have been given an unsettling diagnosis, or when you're feeling pain, or when you want to feel more vital, or when you feel a vague fear associated with your body. So it talks about the current emotional set point range. So where you are emotionally, would be a good time to do this process.
And remember, we talked about the emotional guidance scale
in a previous podcast.
Yeah. So that's where you would go for this.
And the emotional guidance scale is in this book as well, a smaller version of it than we use. And so that can be really useful for you. So when you figure out where you're at emotionally in the moment. This reclaiming one's natural state of health process will be of the most value to you when your emotional set point is ranging somewhere between number 10, which is frustration, irritation, or impatience, and number 22, fear, grief, depression, despair, or powerlessness. And then this is just when they say it would be most of benefit to you. I think this process is of benefit to you no matter where you are on the emotional set point range, because I was not. Well, I guess I was probably a little irritated because my foot hurt.
Yeah. But you always have room to go up, right? So even if you're at an 8 or a 7, you might think, oh, that's not so bad, I'll deal with it. But why not get yourself up higher?
Better,
right? Yeah,
we're all about feeling better. You can feel better than that.
You might as well try it if you're in discomfort in any way. So,
but they're just telling you that it would be really beneficial to you if you're in that range. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so we're going to do this process. It says, do this process while lying in a comfortable place. So if you're lying or sitting, preferably you shouldn't be doing this or watching our podcast while you're driving. So please don't do that. But be in a space that you can get comfortable. You can lie down, you can sit down, and you can be comfortable as you do this process. Maybe close your eyes. Okay. Let's see. So this process would take approximately somewhere between like 10 to 15 minutes. It's best to do it if you're not going to be disturbed. Of course, since we're on video, you can pause it if you need to and come back and finish as well. And so we want you to get comfortable now. We're going to talk a little bit about how we're going to do this list of statements we're going to go through with the freedom release method, and then we'll get started.
Okay. Should I explain?
Yeah, why don't you do the freedom release part?
Okay, so with freedom release, it's an energy modality, and you just breathe in and hold your breath. And when you do that, it puts your brain in a kind of a flight or fight mode. So you're thinking about taking a next breath, and while you're doing that, you can really release a lot of emotions or a lot of things that are blocking your ability to feel good. So what you do is just hold your breath. Carissa will say the statement, and you think it in your own head, in your own words, as she says it. And then after that, sometimes you'll feel a little shift in your brain, and then you blow it out. And you want to blow it out and make an effort to blow it away, because you're actually releasing that from cellular memory. And you oftentimes will yawn or cough or sneeze or burp, or bodily functions happen. And that's a good thing. Don't hold those back, because that is your body telling you that, okay, I'm ready to release this crap,
letting it go.
It's not doing you any good right now. So let it go, and allow that to go. Sometimes a tear might even come if it's a deep set belief or emotion that you have stuck. So just allow that to flow freely, and we'll go slow enough so you have time to do that. And you can always pause the video and come back to it after you've released it all. So do that. We'll go through those, in the release process, and then we're going to do fill-ups after that. And it's done the same way. You hold your breath, we'll say a statement, and then when you do the fill-ups, it's kind of nice to just close your eyes and really get into a meditative state, because they feel so good. And you're just allowing the good stuff to come in. So allowing yourself to feel good, and showing your body what that feels like, showing your mind what that feels like. So done the same way, you hold your breath, say the statement, and release. So we'll do a few, and you'll see how much it changes. It can really have a big change, just by doing a few of them. So
yes. And I would really say with this, since there are quite a few statements, if you get a little lightheaded or something like that, you can always just kind of just breathe normally through the statements as we're talking through them as well. Or you can pause the video, breathe normally for a while and then come back to it as well. So those are a couple of options. We don't want you to pass out.
Right. Don't pass out.
Because we know it can be a lot of statements at one time with the freedom release. And so if it is too much, take a pause.
Yeah. And you can take a drink of something that helps keep that energy flowing. You can shake your body a little bit. That gets the energy moving. But yeah, just be gentle on yourself, and allow yourself to go through it, because it is so rewarding. It feels so good to do it.
Right. So if you can't do all of the statements freedom release, at least breathe through the statements normally, and just taking deep breaths. So you're still oxygenating your body, you're still relaxing, you're still participating in it. So, and
that's one thing to mention too. The reason you would get lightheaded is because you're not used to getting all that oxygen at once. And when we get stressed out or sick or you're hurting, you're a lot of times shallow breathing. So you're not getting the oxygen you need. So it's another good reason to do these, do the freedom release method, is because then you're getting full of oxygen. Your body's going to feel revitalized and good after we're done. So.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Take it away.
All right. So get comfortable. So I'm going to say the statement, breathe in, breathe in and hold, and then I'll say the statement and then blow it out. And then I'll just keep going through the statements for you. So you don't have to do any work besides breathing.
Right. And I'll do them so you can watch kind of how I do it, and then follow me and listen to Carissa at the same time.
Perfect.
I'll do them too. So
yes, it'll feel really good.
Yeah.
All right. So just take a deep breath and blow it out first. Okay, take a deep breath in and hold. I release any resistance with it is natural for my body to be well. Good. Take a deep breath in and hold. I release any resistance with even if I don't know what to do in order to get better, my body does. Take a deep breath in and hold. I release any resistance with I have trillions of cells individual consciousness, and they know how to achieve their individual balance. Take a deep breath in and hold. I release any resistance with when this condition began. I didn't know, but I know now.
And I feel a burp coming up, so I must have needed that one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Take a deep breath in and hold. I release any resistance with if I had known then what I know now, this condition wouldn't have gotten started. Take a deep breath in and hold. I release any resistance with I don't need to understand the cause of this illness. Take a deep breath in and hold. I release any resistance with I don't need to explain how it is that I'm experiencing this illness. Take a deep breath in and hold. I release any resistance with I have only to gently, eventually release this illness. Take a deep breath in and hold. I release any resistance with it doesn't matter that it got started because it's reversing its course right now. Good. Okay, take a moment to just breathe
I like to
and shake it out
shake
a
my
little.
hands a little.
We're about halfway through, but I wanted to give you a pause. I felt it was a good idea. Some of these are doozies. Yeah. And in a lot of these it says illness, but you can replace illness with whatever's going on with you right now, or pain, or whatever word that you want. But
Yeah.
illness is good because any of those things that are going on with you right now would be considered illness or dis-ease
Right.
in the body.
Yeah. And if it's a certain pain, just name that instead, you know. You can adjust.
Right. And if you're just saying illness, that's good too, because
Yeah.
you're still participating and
encompasses
thinking
it all.
about how you're trying to let go of that.
Right.
All right, let's continue. Ready?
Yep.
All right, take a deep breath in and hold. I release any resistance with it's natural that it would take some time for my body to begin to align to my improved thoughts of well-being. Take a deep breath in and hold. I release any resistance with there's no hurry about any of this. Take a deep breath in and hold. I release any resistance with my body knows what to do. Take a deep breath in and hold. I release any resistance with well-being is natural to me. Take a deep breath in and hold. I release any resistance with my inner being is intricately aware of my physical body. Take a deep breath in and hold. I release any resistance with my cells are asking for what they need in order to thrive, and source energy is answering those requests. Take a deep breath in and hold. I release any resistance to I'm in very good hands. Take a deep breath in and hold. Take a deep breath in and hold. I release any resistance with I will relax now to allow communication between my body and my source. Take a deep breath in and hold. I release any resistance to my only work is to relax and breathe. Take a deep breath in and hold. I release any resistance with I can do that. Take a deep breath in and hold. I release any resistance to I can do that easily. Good.
Awesome.
Very good.
Those felt good.
They do.
Couple I really yawned. And my stomach started growling, and that happens when I do anything energy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good. It's working.
Oh, yeah. And so with the freedom release method, we do the releases and then we do fill-ups with them. Sometimes it's the same amount of fill-ups, sometimes it's not. So I'll just give you a second there. And after we do the fill-ups, then we're going to just allow ourselves to relax for a little bit, enjoy the energy and enjoy relaxing into the sensation as things feel better and as you begin to release more and more. A lot of times with energy, it'll continue to process through your body for, a day, 2 days, a week, depends on what kind of work that you do. So,
right. And always remember when you do any kind of energy work to drink lots of water or liquids to keep that energy flowing and wash out the bad juju so you can bring in the good, right?
plus hydration is important.
Yeah.
Your body
Yeah.
has a lot of water. You need to
Yeah, a
replace
lot
that
of
water.
times we're just dehydrated is why we feel yucky.
Yeah, a lot of people are tired
Yeah.
because they're dehydrated and they
Right.
don't even realize it.
Yeah. Yeah. So pay attention to what your body's telling you.
Yes, that is one thing that's a theme for us. Pay attention to your body.
Yeah.
It tells you all sorts of things that you don't know are going on with you, and it's always trying to get your attention. So your body is a beautiful and wonderful thing that's trying to help you, even if sometimes it doesn't feel that way.
Yeah.
We love our bodies.
Right.
All right. So we're going to do some fill-ups. So I'm going to take you through some of the statements and we're going to do a fill-up. So it's the exact same thing. We're going to take a deep breath in and hold. I'll say the statement. You say it in your mind and then you breathe it out. All right. You ready? We'll just breathe once. All right. Take a deep breath in and hold. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation because I know it's natural for my body to be well. Take a deep breath in and hold. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation because even if I don't know what to do in order to get better, my body does. And I love that. Take a deep breath in and hold. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation because I have trillions of cells with individual consciousness, and they know exactly how to achieve their individual balance now. Take a deep breath in and hold. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation because I know now that health and well-being is my natural state. You take a deep breath in and hold. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation because I don't need to understand the cause of this illness to be better. Take a deep breath in and hold. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation because I don't need to explain myself or my illness in order to get better, and that feels good. Take a deep breath in and hold. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation because I have only to gently and eventually release this illness in my own timing. Take a deep breath in and hold. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation because my illness is reversing itself right now. Good. Take a deep breath in and hold. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation because it's natural that it would take some time for my body to begin to align with my improved thoughts of well-being, and it's doing so right now. Take a deep breath in and hold. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation because I know my body knows exactly what to do. Take a deep breath in and hold. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation because I know well-being is my natural state. Take a deep breath in and hold. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation because I know my asking for health and well-being is being answered right now. Take a deep breath in and hold. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation because I know that my only work is to relax, breathe, and allow my own healing. Take a deep breath in and hold. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation because I know I can do that so easily. Okay, take a deep breath in and hold. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation because I love my body and it's healing itself now. Good. Very good.
That felt wonderful.
Very good. Shake it out a
Awesome.
little bit.
Yeah. Do micro dance.
Micro dance for nerds. If you don't know that yet, you will get to know that very intimately.
Yeah.
Over our time together.
We're dorks.
You gotta have a little fun in life,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, for sure.
So
Okay.
now that we've done that, just allow yourself to just breathe naturally, go get a drink of water if you need to, or just lay there and relax and listen to the last bits that we're going to say today.
Yeah.
But this is a really good process, and it's exponentially helpful with the freedom release method to help you breathe through and let go of a whole bunch of that stuff that you no longer need or is no longer serving you. It's so good.
Right. And, the freedom release method really takes affirmations like what these are to another level exponentially.
It really
so
does.
It really works well to combine the two.
It really helps for your conscious mind and your subconscious mind to both be affected.
Right.
And that's what makes this so effective.
Yeah. Yeah. It's awesome stuff. So
So I just wanted to mention a couple of pieces in here that's mentioned in the book that you guys might also find helpful. And a couple of things that are in here. So I'm on page 286 right now. And it says, if you were experiencing pain when you laid down, follow the same process. So again, whether you have pain or illness or stress or anything like that, this can work for all things if you're not feeling 100% well. However, if you were feeling pain, it would be helpful for you to add these words to your written or spoken list. So to this list. And these ones are kind of extras that we did not do, but if you want to do them with using the freedom release, you can. So the first one is, this sensation of pain is an indicator that source is responding to my cellular request for energy. The second one is, this sensation of pain is a wonderful indicator that help is on the way. And the third one is, I will relax into this sensation of pain because I understand that it's indicating improvement. And so those are really powerful statements.
Yeah, for pain, those are really good.
Yeah, and I did go through these ones as well when I was working on my foot. I forgot about them when we were doing ours, but you can do them on your own now that you know what to do with the freedom release method. If you forgot, then just go back to the beginning and say these statements.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of things in here that I think are really of value that I kind of wanted to read here. I might skip a few things or go through or say something just a slightly different, but I just kind of wanted to do this. And Tracy, you can budge in or give some info on how you want as we go through this. But so on this page, again, it still says, Abraham, speak to us more about our physical body. So the next time you feel any discomfort, stop in the middle of it and say to yourself, This discomfort that I'm feeling is nothing more than my awareness of resistance. It's time for me to relax and breathe, relax and breathe, relax and breathe. And you can, in seconds, bring yourself back into comfort. And resistance is when we are not allowing, and that's something that they talk a lot about in this book, is resistance or allowance. And where are you in the spectrum of that? Are you in resistance, or are you in alignment with your inner being? And so we can talk about that at a later time.
Yeah. And it's cool that they say that, when you have discomfort, you're just being in resistance, and really just acknowledging that a lot of times makes it go away.
Yeah, acknowledgement is huge. I
Yeah.
acknowledge where I'm at. I acknowledge what I'm feeling. I acknowledge what my body is trying to tell me. And we talk about that in one of our podcasts in particular.
Yeah.
And so that's a really useful thing to acknowledge.
Yeah.
Where am I at right now?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Just that alone can take the like the stress out of that emotion. So
absolutely,
it's good.
Okay, so I'll continue. Every cell in your body has a direct relationship with creative life force, and each cell is independently responding. When you feel joy, all the circuits are open, so the life force can be fully received. And that's receiving mode, which is the opposite of resistance. When you feel guilt, blame, fear, or anger, the circuits are hindered and life force cannot flow as effectively. Physical experience is about monitoring these circuits and keeping them as open as possible. Your cells know what to do. They are summoning the energy. There is no condition that you cannot modify into something more, any more than there is any painting that you cannot repaint. There are many limiting thoughts in the human environment that can make it seem that these so-called incurable illnesses or unchangeable conditions cannot be changed. But we say that they are only unchangeable, quote unquote, because you believe they are. Someone asked us recently, is there any limitation to the body's ability to heal? And we said, none, other than the belief that you hold. And he asked, then why aren't people growing new limbs? And we said, because no one believes they can.
So good.
So powerful.
Yeah. Our minds are really powerful and can change the way we're doing things, or the way that we live. We can change a lot of things in our life just by using our mind.
By changing our beliefs, by restructuring some beliefs that have been imposed on us through our subconscious mind and through our experiences with other people. And
acknowledging, what those blocks are, that your wound, or your subconscious beliefs that aren't letting you do what you want to do. Acknowledging them, and it takes the charge off so that they're not affecting you as much. And when you feel them coming up, you can pivot them. We've talked about pivoting a couple times, and you can really, just by paying attention, you can really change your day throughout the day as things happen.
Absolutely.
So, it's 100%. Really cool.
100%.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about some belief work and things that I've talked with people about recently. And one thing is, when you think a thought or you think a belief, is it my truth? Or is it a truth that somebody else imposed upon me?
Right.
And telling the difference between my own truth and what's not true.
Yeah.
How does that statement feel when you say it to yourself? Does it feel good? Does it feel in alignment with what your inner being, what your soul knows about you? Or does it not feel good when you think that thought? Is it out of alignment with what your soul thinks? Is it your truth, or is it not your truth? And that's a really big thing that I think people are not aware of, is if that thought doesn't feel good. And one thought that a lot of people have that we really shouldn't is that I'm not worthy.
Right.
I'm not deserving. I can't have that.
Mhm.
And those thoughts, when you think them, they never feel good.
Yeah.
And for me, that's a huge indicator that it's not your truth. It's not
Mhm.
your truth. It's not what your soul, your inner being, that part of you that is always connected to the source of all that is, thinks about. It
No.
knows that it's not true. So it doesn't feel good. It's out of alignment
Right.
with what your soul knows
Exactly.
about who you truly are.
Yeah.
And so the next time you think a thought, or the next time you have something come up that you know is a belief that you have,
Mhm.
that is it serving you? Is it in alignment? Does it feel good when you think it, or is it out of alignment?
Yeah.
And if it doesn't feel good, it might be time to finally let it go, and it might be coming up for you to release it. So think about that for the future as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Very good. Yeah. Just ask, is it true for me? Is
Mhm.
this true?
This is true,
You'll get a definite yes or no.
right?
Yeah.
Listening to your intuition. We had a podcast about intuition, didn't we, Tracy?
Yes, we did.
That's a good one too, if you
Yeah.
want to go back and listen to that one
Yeah.
as well. And you know, there's a lot of really good things in this book. And there's a lot of things that can be extremely useful for you. And I think that, you know, if you're interested in getting this book, it's easy to get.
Yeah.
You can find it at Amazon, you can find it at
Barnes and Noble
Barnes and
usually
Noble,
has it, or local bookstores.
Abraham-hicks.com.
Yeah.
You can find it any of those places.
Yeah. I like this part about illness is an extension of negative emotion too.
I do too.
You know, in healing work, like with Reiki and different healing modalities, reflexology, anything like that, when we hang on to those emotions, and chakra work like we talked about last week, when you hang on to emotions and don't acknowledge them and let them go, that's when it causes physical things in your body. So that's a lot of times why you'll get a pain somewhere, or you know, you'll have stomach trouble, or you know, things just aren't working in your body the way you want them to because you've been hanging on to stuff. And so it's really important to acknowledge that and pay attention to when you're stuffing your emotions down, you know, when you should have said something about how someone treated you, or you know, anything like that. And you don't have to be, you know, a bully about it, or you know, upset, but just to acknowledge. And some people will recognize, oh, I didn't even realize that happened, you know, or I didn't realize that I said it that way. It came out wrong, you know. And just acknowledging that and talking to people instead of always, oh, they're mad at me, or you know, putting stuff in your head that isn't true to begin with. Right. So pay attention to how you communicate with people too. And that can really help in keeping you feeling good. If you're not always stuffing what you wanted to say down, you know, it really makes a difference in your life. So,
right. And you know, when you were talking about holding on to negative emotions and thoughts and things like that, it really made me think of, so one of my favorite books of all time is You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. I love it. And she was all about positive affirmations and using positive affirmations to heal your body, mind, and spirit. And so I absolutely love her. And so if you don't have that book, that's a really good one, especially if you're looking for beliefs and things that you can release based on, you know, different things that are occurring in your life. That's a really good book.
Right.
So you could use those, and I do this, you could use those affirmations and belief statements in conjunction with the freedom release method to have a super powerful effect on your own life and your beliefs and the way that you think about yourself and others. It can make a huge difference. And so I wanted to mention that because it made me think of that. She had some wonderful books, and that's one of my favorites. Yeah, it is. And that one is cool because it has a kind of a chart in there where you can see, okay, you know, I keep having this recurring wrist pain or joint pain, or you know, knee pain or something, and it'll give you an affirmation, and you can do that freedom release. So you can really dial down to what's going on in your body and do the
the correct releases for that. So
It's
yeah,
so
that
cool.
that book is amazing. I use it all the time in coaching and in healing work. So yeah,
I love
it's
that book so much.
it's one that anybody that does energy work should have in their little arsenal of books.
Even if you don't, if you
Right,
just
it
want to
just
help
for
yourself,
yeah,
it's such a good book. I
Yeah.
highly recommend it. I bought it
Yeah.
so many years ago now,
yeah,
and it was a powerful book then. It's even more powerful after we been using the freedom release method for years,
right.
and so
Yeah.
it's highly
Yeah,
recommended. For
we
sure.
have one at the office. We each have one at home. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
might have to.
I might have to too. I have a really old one that is tiny, and it just has the releases, just that chart in there. It's really
Yeah.
good.
I have a lot of Louise Hay books. I love her.
Yeah, she's good. She was the kind of the what do you call it? Pioneer, yeah.
Of positive affirmations to heal your life.
And a lot
She
of
really was the pioneer.
energy work. So yeah, she was amazing.
So if you know anything about positive affirmations now, it's because of Louise Hay.
Yeah, probably. She was definitely a pioneer, and she started doing work on herself and stuff like this when she was in her late 60s or 70.
Yeah, she was older when she really started to firmly do this work.
Be
a writer
and yeah, it's amazing. So
it's also never too late,
right,
to make changes in your life and for your life to improve and get better. Age is no factor.
Doesn't matter. You can always start afresh every morning.
Yeah, and Tracy,
any day. Yeah,
how could it get better than that?
Right, how does it get better than that? Yeah. That's my favorite question. Always asking the universe, or asking, how does it get better? Because it always can.
It always can.
Yeah,
it can always get better.
Yeah,
it's better right now. I feel great.
Yeah,
I didn't even do those releases, and I feel great.
Yeah.
My foot was hurting again today. Guess what?
Yeah,
Feels better.
Yeah. It's awesome. I love it. So anything else in this little chapter that we want to talk about? I
feel that we really covered the basics, and I feel like we did such a wonderful work today.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything in particular to add at this moment.
I don't
Do you have
think
anything?
so. I think we covered this one pretty well. Really good. And use these things, use the tools that you learn about, and they can really make a difference in your life. Just learning them and never using them isn't what we're here for. No. use the things that you're given to create a better life for yourself and make your life go a little easier.
Speaking of tools, a good one that you could use with these statements as well is EFT tapping that we taught you guys.
Do tapping too. Yeah, and maybe next time we'll do tapping instead of freedom release. Or some,
because we did you taught us a really wonderful tapping exercise in one of our podcasts. So go back to that one if you're interested. Releasing anxiety was a big one that we did. Right. Yeah. Tapping is amazing too. There's so many good things to get that energy moving that you can use on yourself, and you don't have to spend a fortune on having someone else do things for you. You're the one. Yeah, you can, but you can. And we love working with clients, but you still have to be the one that does the work. Yes. No matter how good a counselor or a healer or whatever is you're going to, no matter how good they are, if you're not doing the work, it's not going to help you. So that's the biggest step in learning to heal your life. Like Louise Hay says, it's really important that that it's your responsibility to do the work that is taught by the people that are trying to help you. So that's one thing that I know I've had a couple of clients throughout the years, that would come back
every 6 months, but they never do the work, so they weren't getting anywhere. And it's hard to explain that if they can't hear it. They think that, a lot of people take a magic pill, they want to take a magic pill, or something like that, and you really have to do the work. So
right,
that's just,
you have the ability to improve your life.
Right.
Do you want to do it? Do you want to do it, or do you not?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
it's a wonderful thing when you choose yes.
Yeah,
it really is.
You can do amazing things,
and your work can be so easy. Like in this podcast, all you had to do is breathe.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Yeah.
You can breathe,
Right.
and it can do so much for you, especially if you do it a few times, if you begin this practice. And for us, I mean, it's a daily thing.
Right. It becomes normal for you,
it's
and
so good.
It's so much easier to get through a bad day if you have tools that can help you do that.
Yes.
So
You can breathe and think a statement in your mind.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Does it take a couple seconds?
Yeah.
Well, it takes a couple seconds. You don't have to
Right.
do 15 minutes of statements. You can do 1,
Yeah.
3,
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's easy. So
Yeah.
take
So
that
that's
in
what
mind.
we
It doesn't
can-
have to be a lot of work,
Right.
but you do have to do
Yeah.
the work.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're here to help you do that and show
Yes.
you that you can make a better life for yourself if that's what you want.
Absolutely.
If you don't want to swim in the muck every day,
Nope, I don't.
we'll hand you the rope to get out.
That's what we're here for. We're here to help you.
Yeah.
So Tracy, if they want to find you to work with you or ask you any questions, where can they find you?
I am at inspiredsignals.com and on Facebook and Instagram at same place, Inspired Signals.
Perfect.
Yeah. How about you, Carissa?
You can find me on Facebook at Light of Hope Healing, and you can also find me on Google, but don't show up to my office because I'm not there. Text me or shoot me a call or shoot me a message, and I'd be more than happy to answer your questions. Also, you can find us on our YouTube.
Yes.
And send us a message.
Yeah.
Make a comment. We'd love to hear from you.
Right. And we have a combined space. SoulSpace is our office name. So we have a page for that on Facebook too.
At our SoulSpace.
Yeah, SoulSpace. So you can find us lots of ways, and we're here to help. We're here to get you to a happier place.
Yes.
So we'll see you next week.
All right. Thanks so much, guys.
Bye-bye.